Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. Dear students, today let's start the fifth lesson of your 10th standard English. That is the concert. The lesson name is the concert. The concert. The author of this lesson is Shanta Rameshwar Rao. Shanta Rameshwar Rao. Dear students, this is a story based on the real life incident. That concert. The concert means the musical performance. Concert means musical performance. A musical performance. A musical performance. In Kannada we can say Sangeeta Kacheri. Sangeeta Kacheri. So here the author Shanta Rameshwar Rao, she is telling us about a boy. His name is Anand, who was suffering from cancer, and he was a very good fan of the music, and he also learning sitar. So he wants to become a great musician in the future, but unfortunately he was suffering from cancer, and he was in the last stage of this disease. So here he wants to hear or listen the concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar, and his sister, the 16 years old sister Smita, he fulfilled his wish. So that is the story of this lesson. Dear students, we all know that music, it is the power of music, that it's a form of art. It's a source of imagination, and also a source of entertainment, and it gives the relaxation to our stressed mind. We have lot of tensions, lot of stress, but if we hear a melodious music, means it will give us the relaxation to our mind and body. So here the main characters of this story are: one is Anand, is a 15-year-old boy, and he was suffering from cancer. And second one is Smita. She is the sister of Anand, who fulfilled his last wish. And the father Sushila. And another main characters are Pandit Ravi Shankar, and Ustad and Ustad Allah Raka. And here Ustad Allah Raka. So here the main characters of this story is Anand, Smita, father, mother and aunt Sushila. So these are the names have been changed. These are not real names. That is because of to hide the names. The names has been changed of the real incident. Okay. So here Anand, he was suffering from cancer, and to get the treatment they went to Bombay or Mumbai because they have lot of hopes on modern science. So for that only they went to Mumbai or Bombay to get the treatment. So whenever they go to Mumbai, they will stay in the aunt Sushila's apartment. There will be a room has been reserved for them. So now also they came to Mumbai for the treatment. From that it has been started. And about author, if you know that Shanta Rameshwar Rao, and she is, if you come to know about Shanta Rameshwar Rao, and she was born in 1924. She is an Indian writer of myths, legends, folk tales, short stories and pictures, books for children. So she has written so many variety of literature. She has retold tales from Indian scriptures and reworked folk tales and myths from non-tribal communities and far-flung areas of India. In Tales of Ancient India, she retells original stories like how the stork got its long neck and why snakes have four tongues. Children's Mahabharata and in worship of Shiva drawn from Hindu myth and scripture have demons, gods and humans of characters. She stresses the importance of wise action in our public as well as private life. So, this is a brief introduction about the author. Okay, students, let's start the lesson. Okay, concept, page number 86. You observe my reading and pronunciation. Okay. One morning in a small apartment in Bombay, a girl of about 16 looked up from the newspaper and said excitedly, Pandit Ravi Shankar's playing tomorrow at the Srinmugananda auditorium. Shh, shh, said her mother, pointing to the figure sleeping on the bed. You will wake him up. You know, he needs all the sleep and rest that he can get. But the boy on the bed was not asleep. Pandit Ravi Shankar? He said, Pandit Ravi Shankar? The sitar master? He raised himself up on his elbows for 1 second, then fell back. But his eyes were shining. We must not miss the chance, he said. I have always wanted to hear him and see him. Lay down, son, lay down. His mother sprang to his side. He actually raised himself up without end. She murmured with a catch in her throat, and her eyes turned to the idols on a corner shelf. The prayer which she uttered endlessly came unbidden to her lips. I must hear him and see him, the boy repeated. It's the chance of a lifetime. Then he began to cough and gasp for breath and had to be given oxygen from the cylinder that stood under the bed. But his large eyes were fixed on his sister. Let's stop here. I will continue. I will explain from the first paragraph. One morning in a small apartment in Bombay. So I already told you that whenever the Anant and Smita and his father and mother came to Bombay, they used to stay in their aunt's house or apartment. There was a small apartment, and they used to stay there only. So one morning in a small apartment in Bombay. So once they came to Bombay for the treatment of Anand, so they were staying in the aunt's Suchila's apartment. That morning, a girl about 16 looked up from the newspaper. So the girl name is Smita. Her name is Smita. She was looking or reading a newspaper in one morning in Bombay, small apartment in Bombay, and said excitedly. Here I already lost it. You can see that said excitedly. Said excitedly. Here, excitedly, it is an adverb. Adverb is a word. Is an adverb. Adverb is a word which describes the action or the word. Here, said is verb and excitedly is an adverb because it describes. Excitedly describes the verb said. How she said? She said excitedly. So here we call it as adverb and it is verb. And the said, it is a first form of say. Say, said. Okay. So she said excitedly. So one day Smita was looking up the newspaper in a small apartment of Bombay, and she said excitedly. What she said? Pandit Ravi Shankar's playing tomorrow at the Shanmugananda auditorium. So there was a news came in that newspaper about the concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar in Shanmugananda auditorium tomorrow. There will be a program, there will be a concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar has been fixed in Bombay Shanmugananda auditorium, and that matter has been printed in the newspaper, and Smita saw that newspaper and she got very excited, and with the excitement she told that she read that news very loudly. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅನಂತ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪುಟ್ಟ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅನಂತ ಅವನಿಗೆ 15 ವರ್ಷದ ಹುಡುಗ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಾಂಬೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾರಿ ಅವರು ಬಾಂಬೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸುಶೀಲಾ ಅವರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ತಂಗುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಹಾಗೆ ತಂಗಿದಾಗ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ನ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಏನು ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿ ಷಣ್ಮುಗಾನಂದ ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ, ಷಣ್ಮುಗಾನಂದ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಳೆ. So where did Pandit Ravishankar's concert has been arranged? That Pandit Ravishankar's concert has been arranged in Shanmugananda Auditorium. Okay. Said their mother, pointing to the figure sleeping on the bed. So now, when Smita Smita uttered that, Smita read that pattern loudly. Her mother was there. She cautioned her to speak slowly in a low voice. Said her mother, pointing to the sleeping figure on the bed. So there was a person sleeping on the bed. So pointing that figure, Smita's mother cautioned her to be silent. You will wake him up. You know, he needs all the sleep and rest he can get. And she is also telling me, ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೋ ಅವಳ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಸನ್ನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಸುಮ್ಮನಿರುವಂತೆ ಸನ್ನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ವೇಕ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಅಪ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಅವೇಕ್. You know he needs all the sleep and rest he can get. So he needs rest. Don't disturb him. If you speak loudly, he will get up. You know that he needs all the rest. So that's why you speak slowly. Like that she is cautioning her daughter. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾಳ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ಸನ್ನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಎದ್ದು ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ನೀನು ಅವನು ಎಬ್ಬಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. But the boy on the bed was not asleep. Here observe the word asleep is there. Shall I write this? Here asleep means in the state of sleep. In the state of sleep. But here Anant was not sleeping. Anant was not sleeping. Means to say that he was not asleep. ಆದರೆ ಅನಂತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಲಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. He was awake. Pandit Ravishankar, he said, Pandit Ravishankar ಅವರ ಅಂತೇಳಿ he was also excited. The Sita master, here observe the word, one word is maestro, M-A-E-S-T-R-O, M-E-E-S-T-R-O. Maestro means a great performer. It has been given in the glossary. A great performer, especially especially a musician. Especially a musician. So, Pandit Ravi Shankar was a great sitarist and also a great composer of the music. So, he was everybody who that wants to hear the music of the Pandit Ravi Shankar. So here it means to say that Anand has heard what Smita said, that there was a concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar in Shanmugananda Ashram. That what she has read in the newspaper. He raised himself up on his elbows for 1 second and then fell back. So, I think he was in the last stage of the cancer. He was already bedridden. He can't woke up himself without others' help. So, when he heard this news, he tried to get up. He tried to get up himself. He raised himself up on his elbows. Elbows means the monakai anta kariteve. The joint of the hands. That is, with the help of that elbow, he tried to rise. He tried to wake up. He tried to get up for 1 second. Then he fell back. But he can't. But again he fell back. The past form of fall is fell. Again he fell back. ಅವನು ಆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ರೋಗದ ಕೊನೆಯ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎದ್ದೇಳಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವನು ಎದ್ದೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ತನ್ನ ಮೊಣಕೈಯ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ. ಆದರೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಪುನಃ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಲಗಿಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. But his eyes were shining. But there was his eyes itself shows the happiness. His eyes shows the brightness. That the eagerness of Anand, that of listening that Ravi Shankar's music. How he wants to hear the music. How eager he is. That all shows in his eyes. But his eyes were shining. We must not miss the chance, he said. I have always wanted to hear him and see him. So, it is the dream of the both Smita and Anand to listen Ravi Shankar's concert. It is their life dream, because they are also learning sitar and they have great interest in that. So they want to listen the concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar, the great musician, the great wizard. They wants to hear his music. It was their dream, so that they called it as the chance of a lifetime. And he, at any cost, he is not ready to miss that chance. He is not ready to miss that chance. So that's why he is telling that I have always wanted to hear him and see him. ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅವರ ಜೀವನದ ಒಂದು ಕನಸಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Lay down, son, lay down. His mother sprang to his side. When he fell down, his mother sprang to his side. Sprang, it means moved quickly. Sprang, S-P-R-A-N-G. S-P-R-A-N-G. Sprang means it has been given in the glossary. Moved quickly or suddenly. Moved quickly. moved quickly or suddenly. So when he lay down, his mother sprang to his side. ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಾಸಿಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದ ತನ್ನ ಅವನ ತಾಯಿ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಓಡಿ ಬರ್ತಾಳೆ. He actually raised himself up without help, she murmured with a catch in her throat. So she himself murmured that he actually raised himself without help. So he was in the last stage of the cancer, so he can't get up. But when he heard this news, he tried to rise, so that his mother murmured like it. And her eyes turned to the idols on a corner shelf, and she looked towards the picture which were kept on the shelf, the god of the pictures, and she started the prayer which she uttered endlessly came unbidden to her lips. So she started to pray the God. So I think this is enough for today's class. I will continue the lesson in the next class. Thank you. Thank you very much.